There are moments in Scripture that shake us, stories that confront our sense of justice and force us to wrestle with the holiness of God. One such moment is the sudden and shocking death of Uzzah. He wasn't a rebel or an enemy of God. He was a man trying to help, and yet, in a single moment, he lost his life for touching the Ark of the Covenant. Why would God judge someone who meant well? What does this teach us about approaching the sacred? This story, though ancient, speaks directly to our modern mindset about worship, obedience, and reverence. Uzzah and the Ark, when good intentions still lead to judgment. 2 Samuel 6:7. This next mysterious death may be the most troubling for many people, because it seems so unfair. Uzzah was helping to transport the Ark of the Covenant, the sacred chest that symbolized God's presence with Israel. The Ark was so holy that even touching it was strictly forbidden. Only the Levites were authorized to carry it, and only using poles, not carts. But in 2 Samuel 6, King David ordered the Ark to be moved on a new ox cart. As they traveled, the oxen stumbled, and the Ark began to slip. Uzzah instinctively reached out to steady it, and in that very moment, God struck him dead. Just like that. It feels shocking. He was trying to help. He didn't curse God. He didn't rebel. He simply touched the Ark to keep it from falling. So why would God react so severely? Here's the key. Uzzah treated the holy like it was common. Yes, his intentions may have been good, but he was participating in a transport method that violated God's explicit commands. The Ark was never to be carried on a cart. That method was borrowed from the Philistines. God had already laid out how it was to be handled on the shoulders of consecrated Levites. Uzzah's action, though instinctive, came from a place of human reasoning rather than divine obedience. It wasn't just about the moment, it was about the message. God's holiness is not subject to our convenience. This story reminds us that reverence is not optional. Obedience matters, even when we think we're doing the right thing. Uzzah's death wasn't just a punishment. It was a divine warning, especially to leaders like David, who should have known better. After Uzzah's death, David was angry, then afraid. He left the Ark at the house of Obed-Edom, where God's blessing flowed abundantly. Only then did David return, this time obeying God's instructions in full. So what's the takeaway? Even our good intentions can be dangerous if they ignore God's instructions. We don't approach God on our own terms. We don't handle holy things casually. When we treat sacred things with flippancy, we risk losing the blessing we're trying to protect. In the end, Uzzah's story asks us, are you trying to help God your way or obey him his way? Conclusion. Uzzah's story is a sobering reminder that God's holiness is not negotiable, and that obedience matters more than intention. While Uzzah reached out with what seemed like a good heart, he did so in direct violation of God's clear instructions. It teaches us that we must never handle the things of God casually, and that divine standards are not to be adjusted for human convenience. The lesson is clear. Sincerity is not a substitute for obedience. Even good intentions, when rooted in self-reliance rather than divine direction, can lead to serious consequences. Examine your worship. Are you serving God your way or his way? Are you approaching him with reverence or with routine? God's presence is a privilege, but it demands purity. Let Uzzah's story stir a holy fear in us, not of punishment, but of dishonoring what is sacred. Let us choose obedience over assumption, reverence over routine, and God's way over our own. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe for more. God bless you.